What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to No Limit Sports Talk, and today we got the second video of the day, and it is going to be the part 2 of the way too early NFL Power Rankings. I was trying to get this one out earlier today, but we got the J.J. Watt releasing breaking news, so we got this one coming out later today, and part 2 is here. This is the second most exciting part. Part 3 is definitely the most exciting part. So we got 21 through 11 today of our way too early Power Rankings. Let's get straight into it. Starting off with number 21, I got the Chicago Bears in this situation, and only because they have not figured out their quarterback situation. Again, we are going into this as if the season started tomorrow. What are these teams' rosters? And the Chicago Bears don't have their quarterback situation filled out yet. And even if they do have it filled out, I don't think that they will be going too far with Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles at their quarterback spot. And that's where the problems come in. I think that Mitch Trubisky does deserve a starting spot in the NFL, just not on a playoff team. That's what I think. Nick Foles is a backup. That's his true job. But Mitchell Trubisky, I think is a starting quarterback, just not for a good team. And with Allen Robinson, he's a good receiver, but just doesn't get as many receptions and yards and touchdowns as he could get because of his bad quarterback. So I think that the Bears don't have everything filled out yet. What they're going to have to do this offseason is find out to get a better quarterback, possibly Deshaun Watson, possibly Carson Wentz, possibly in the draft to move up. Whatever they do, they got to get a better quarterback. But moving on, number 20, I got the Patriots here. Now, the Patriots don't have their quarterback spot filled out yet, actually. Cam Newton, they agreed to part ways, I'm pretty sure, so Cam Newton will not be returning to the Patriots. Their starting quarterback currently is Jared Stidham, who they took a year or two ago, and I think that they're not going to roll with Stidham at their starting QB spot. I think that they could make a trade for Jacoby Brissett, possibly bring him back, make him the starter from being the third string. It would be so funny to see him being from the third string, making him the starter, or possibly make a trade for Carson Wentz was my first initial thought, because I think that there's an easy chance that Bill Belichick can make a trade for Carson Wentz, like I said in the destinations video for Carson Wentz. But other than that, the Patriots will have actually a lot of the guys coming back from opting out of the 2020 season, but until then, I think that they really have to figure out their quarterback situation, like most of these teams. But moving on, number 19, the Las Vegas Raiders. Was about to say Oakland, but the Raiders, and listen, the Raiders have a good team. Derek Carr as their starting QB isn't the best thing you would want for a playoff team. Derek Carr isn't a bad QB, but I mean, he's decent. I'd rather have a better quarterback, and I mean, their defense is decent. Jonathan Abram, Glenn Farrell, and other than that, I mean, not too many guys. They have one of the best tight ends in the league, Darren Waller, one of the best running backs, Josh Jacobs, and good receiver, new pickup, Henry Ruggs, for some reason I cannot, Henry Ruggs, new addition to the Raiders, and Derek Carr and Henry Ruggs seem to be kind of working out pretty well, but I think that the Raiders might have to go for a new quarterback this offseason possibly, and because they were looking at possibly trading Derek Carr, and I think that what they should do is trade Derek Carr. They've made it to the playoffs maybe once or twice with him or something like that, and other than that, I don't even think that they've gone to the second round. So I think that what they have to do is make a trade this offseason. But I don't really think that they're going to be able to accomplish anything, including making the playoffs with Derek Carr. Moving on, number 18, the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the Vikings here, I'm trying to think of why. I put this list together a couple of days ago, and I'm trying to think of what my reasoning was, because I knew I had some good reasoning. Kirk Cousins is getting kind of older, and he's starting his decrease. I'm not actually sure how old Kirk Cousins is, because I bet I'm completely wrong here. But they've one of the best tight ends in the league. Running backs and Dalvin Cook. But yeah, Kirk Cousins is actually 32 years old, so he's on the start, I should say, of his decrease. And Dalvin Cook is younger and one of the best running backs in the league, probably top 5, I should say. Not top 3, definitely top 5 though. Great receivers in Kyle Rudolph is their tight end, Adam Thielen, one of the league's best, and then Kirk Cousins is still pretty good, but he's getting kind of older. And for this season, I'm not sure if this team will make the playoff. They weren't able to make it last season Stephon Diggs was a huge help. As you saw, they helped Buffalo so much, and became one of the biggest reasons why Buffalo made it all the way to the AFC title game. And I just think that I think that the Vikings definitely lost a huge lot out of Stephon Diggs. Adam Thielen isn't going to be able to do it all. Dalvin Cook can't run the ball all game, and Kirk Cousins is on the start of his decrease. I don't think that the Vikings can do too much other than that. So I don't really see them going too far this year. Moving on, number 17, the Chargers. And I think that this is the perfect spot for them, in the middle. There's no way you're going to have them any other than a spot from 14 to 17. You can't have them lower than 17, but you can't really have them higher than 14. Maybe in 16, honestly. Now, the reason I have the Chargers so high is because Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is an absolute beast. Going back to April 19th, was it? 2020 draft night, and the Dolphins are on the clock. I'm on the phone with, forgot who it was. Had to be my friends, family, whoever. Hudson, who do you think the Dolphins are taking? I think we're taking Tua Tagovailoa out of Alabama, but we should take Justin Herbert out of Oregon. Everybody thinks Herbert's a bust, but I like what he's doing in Oregon, and we take Tua, and then Justin Herbert becomes the Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I hate myself for it. I knew that we should have taken Herbert, and it kills me every time to think that we pass up the opportunity on Justin Herbert to take Tua Tagovailoa, because when Herbert becomes the MVP in 2-3 years, and Tua is on a whole different team, it's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me. Justin Herbert is literally bound to win MVP next season. The Chargers have so much money. But again, we're talking about the roster right now. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. I think that if Justin Herbert's going to improve, if anything, this season. So, if anything, he's only improving. And Keenan Allen is going to improve. And they're going to get their chemistry straight. And the Chargers literally have a chance of making the playoffs. I think that the Chargers are going to make the playoffs. Austin Eckler is a great running back, underrated. Justin Herbert's underrated like heck. And, the Chargers are just a really underrated team in general. Seriously, I love watching Justin Herbert play. And I just can't get over the fact that we missed out on him. But I'm having the Chargers up here mainly because of Justin Herbert. Their defense is also really, really great. Joey Bosa out there. It's just a great, great team, underrated team. And number 16, the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, is coming back from his injury. Not going to be 100% in my opinion, but Ezekiel Elliott, top 5 running back in the league if Dak comes back healthy. Amari Cooper is definitely going to be putting up better stats with Dak Prescott back than Andy Dalton, of course. Michael Gallup and all those guys are going to be doing really better. I think Randall Cobb is still on the Cowboys. I'm not too sure, though. But I think all the receivers, and including Ezekiel Elliott, in the running game is going to be better with Dak. Like, you see Ezekiel Elliott in the receiving game, he's one of the best receiving backs in the league. And he just hasn't been putting up as much stats as I thought he would. And with Dak Prescott getting injured, everyone thought Ezekiel Elliott's status of, like, let's say fantasy points, for example, was going to go up like crazy, but instead he just dropped. They just didn't do anything right. Like, Ezekiel Elliott couldn't do anything without Prescott, and I think with him back, Zeke's going to improve, all the receivers are going to improve, and I think that the Cowboys could, no, I'm telling you right now, sneak peek for my records, predictions, and whatever predictions, the Cowboys are going to win the NFC. The Cowboys are going to win the NFC East. It's no question. The Washington doesn't have a chance. The Eagles don't have a chance. The Giants don't have a chance. It's going to be the Cowboys. I'm telling you. There's no other team who could possibly win. Moving on, number 15, I got the Cardinals. Let me tell you, Kyler Murray is overrated. Kyler Murray is only overrated because he has DeAndre Hopkins, who is the top 3 receiver in the league. I will say top 2. And the Cardinals are a good team, but I expected them to make the playoffs. Christian Kirk, DeAndre Hopkins, your receiving core is absolutely amazing. Your quarterback is really, really great. He's still young, so you definitely have a chance of making the playoffs this year with Murray. But I think that last year was the year to prove that you can actually make the playoffs and win. But they weren't able to do that. I'm expecting them to. I'm telling you, if the Cardinals don't make the playoffs this season, I can't really trust them to make the playoffs any season. Now I know that they're still developing and stuff, but I think they got to make the playoffs sooner or later. I mean, seriously, for real, they got to make the playoffs soon with one of the league's best receivers and with supposedly one of the league's best quarterbacks. They got to make the playoffs. I mean, I'm serious. You've Patrick Peterson is leaving the Cardinals this offseason, but if we're talking about their team right now, they have a great defense too, and I'm telling you, they got to make the playoffs if they want my respect. Seriously. Number 14, the Steelers. This could be kind of surprising to people because, I mean, of course they went 11-0, but they lost in the first round. You can't go 11-0 and lose in the first round. And to the Browns, who didn't even have their head coach and didn't even have their wide receiver one. Come on now, Pittsburgh. No. I'm having Pittsburgh down here because they went 11-0, but they couldn't prove it in the playoffs. He lost to the Bengals. He lost to the team without a name, the Washington football team. Win a playoff game, and then let me know if you want to be higher up on this list. But until then, you can't get my respect. I'm sorry. Big Ben is getting kind of old. He's 36, I think. He's really older. They're going to have to start looking at a new quarterback for the future, maybe moving up in the draft or probably going with Mason Rudolph. I don't really like that call, though. Now, Mason Rudolph started a lot of last season, but I really don't like him being the starting quarterback for the rest of the Pittsburgh franchise. If I'm Mike Tomlin, I'm going after a new quarterback, honestly. Maybe trading Rudolph or maybe drafting. I don't really know, to be honest, but what I do know is that I don't really like Mason Rudolph being the starting quarterback for them for the rest of their franchise. And Juju Smith-Schuster, he's got to stop doing those TikTok dances. Focus on the game. Win a playoff game. I'll give you my respect. 49ers up here. Now, the 49ers I have this high. Now, I know I'm saying if they have this roster, but Brandon Ayuk is going to improve like crazy next season. I definitely forgot this running back name. It's okay, though. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to come back from his injury. I think he will come back healthy and possibly lead this team to the playoffs. And, like I said, I really think that there's a chance Garoppolo comes back and leads this team to the playoffs. It's going to be exciting to see what he's able to do. But until then, I'm going to have to keep them lower on this list. But, yeah, I definitely think that the 49ers could make the playoffs next season if Garoppolo comes back healthy. Moving on, number 12, I got the Titans. Now, the Titans I have up here mainly because of Derrick Henry. The league's best running back in the game right now. Ryan Tannehill is a really, really good quarterback. And the receiver core is really, really nice. Corey Davis and A.J. Brown. And I really do think that I do think that they will make the playoffs next season as long as no injuries happen. Derrick Henry just has to play like Derrick Henry, and they'll make the playoffs. Derrick Henry can single-handedly win them 5 of their games, 6 of their games. And then the rest comes down to Mike Vrabel, the Titans defense, Ryan Tannehill, and A.J. Brown. But I think that the Titans really did good this season. They weren't able to take down the Ravens in this season, but they were able to make it to the AFC Championship last season. The problem is many teams are able to find out what the Titans' game plan is, because usually it's just give the ball to Derrick Henry, but so they were able to stop them this season, but so they're gonna have to try to make some more passing plays, and the passing offense for the Titans is gonna have to improve if they want to win some games, because teams starting to find out that Derrick Henry is their whole entire game plan. So they're going to have to make some changes. But moving on, last but not least in this video, number 11, the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees is retired. Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston are the two favorable starting quarterbacks, but it's most likely going to be, in my opinion, Jameis Winston. Mike Thomas is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Alvin Kamara is one of the best running backs. And this team definitely has a bright future, especially with Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston. Two great quarterbacks in my opinion. But that's going to wrap up. Stay tuned for part 3, 10 through 1, coming tomorrow. It's going to be a banger, so stay tuned. And I'll give a hint. Starting off with Indianapolis at number 10. That's going to wrap up. Hope you guys have a great day. Make sure to check out the YouTube if you're watching on Anchor, Spotify, whatever, Google Podcasts. And go check out Spotify and Anchor if you're watching on YouTube. Both at No Limit Sports Talk. That's going to wrap up. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.